Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. First things first, let me ask everybody to turn off or whitelist me and any ad blockers. Help me make a career. So, we need to trade out this quest and win 5 games with Rogue or Warrior. And I already traded out this quest, so it was a 40. We're just trying to do the simple quest as easy as possible, so that we can get them done in a reasonable amount of time. We have 975, and we are getting closer and closer to Blackrock Mountain. Okay, so the solution has presented itself. Win 2 games with Priest or Warlock, win 2 games with Shaman or Warlock, destroy 4 enemy minions. The answer there is play as Warlock. And so that's what we'll do today. All Warlock today. I'm slightly concerned about the not always getting 3 episodes lately, but I'm not super concerned about it because with Blackrock Mountain, as long as I have enough money, gold, to get all the wings of Blackrock Mountain in a row, which is what I definitely want to do. Support my channel, and that would certainly help. If somebody wants to buy it with 20 bucks, if somebody wants to give me 25 bucks by clicking on my name Rydo, and on the right is
Gul'dan versus Jaina
is a support button.
You asked for
And the
it.
reason I say 25 is because they take 5%. YouTube does. So if somebody wants to give me, is that right, or would it be $20.50? I think it might be $20.50. Yeah. Anyways, but I'll appreciate that, and that would certainly guarantee that we're not going to have any disruptions. I hate to use real money, and I certainly can't afford to do it on my own at the moment. And it seems silly, but it's just, it's like 50% principle and 50% just reality. If I start buying more and more new games and DLC, there's just no stopping it. And unless I have income to balance that out, it's gonna be a nightmare. Speaking of a nightmare, this hand so far has been a pretty big nightmare. I have all these cards. There's mirror image, almost certainly. Alright, well then, if we think it's mirror image, let's bring out Void Color. That will help. Really? Not mirror image. Interesting. So there might be a disruption. We may just not have enough gold every week. We may not. We're doing our best. Alright. There's this. Go. Duplicate.
Job done.
Duplicate gets pretty stymied with Mana Wraith because now she's got more things to summon, and it's gonna cost more and more mana. Let's see. Go ahead and throw this one out there. We'll go ahead and play this. What does this do? 8 armor, not a problem.
Job done.
In turn. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, Blackrock Mountain. Maybe I will get lucky and it will not come out on April 1st. Maybe I'll have enough by the time April 1st runs around to do it.
I am master of magics.
I just wasn't given enough warning. It's really that simple. Was not just wasn't given enough warning that this was gonna come out. If I had known. Okay. If I'd known that Black Ops was gonna come out 2 or 3 months in advance, I should say. No, I probably should have known. But I really did have the opinion that they kind of taken from Nexramus not to. And it's a little surprising that they're doing that. Now I thought taunt would cause the hero ability to have to attack that, but I guess not. Alright. I have 7. Let's go ahead and bring these guys out. I don't think I can do anything else. I could go ahead and kill my guys.
I can't play that.
Oh, you can't even use corruption on your own cards. Choose an enemy minion. Interesting. Alright. So I have suspected that would happen. We didn't get to use one of the cards we wanted to use. I could do this and do 4 damage.
Job's done.
If I'd played better, I might have been able to actually destroy my own guy. Alright, let's try this.
I see everything.
Play
Dingo!
attack with this. We've been going wild, and sometimes when we go wild, that means draw a card. Deal 2 damage.
Why do you call?
Job's done.
Playing a very classic frozen deck with the mage. Keeping me frozen. So what have I been doing lately? Been recording a lot of Plague. I did a lot of that, and completely done with Bastion. Went 2 whole playthroughs through Bastion. It was a short game that I recall, slightly, but not that much. It was also a very highly motivating game to keep on playing, whereas some of the other games where you're starting over each episode from the beginning has less connective tissue, as it were, to keep you enthralled in playing. So I took a little break over the weekend, and certainly I've seen in my analytics that a lot of the views I've gotten have been down, and to a huge surprise, but it is to a slight surprise. So I decided, let's think about Minecraft series ideas. Now, what I thought I could do, and what I did do, was play a puzzle map called The Code.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Sort of old map at this point. They've made the Code 2, and the Code 3, and I'm just going to go through all of them. And in playing the Code, I've already done beginning to end. We had some frustrations with just the way the game was made, and on several occasions it required me to exit, to walk away from looking at the screen and moving and talking about that, and look at web pages and such, so that
master of magic.
to find the answer.
The scourge will consume you.
So that's a bit of a frustration. If you can't find the answer to your riddle inside your own game, that's a problem. But it was the first version, the Code, and from what I recall, the Code 2 and Code 3 is a lot better. There's a lot of crazy stuff done in all of them. That's helping me develop ideas for my Minecraft server. So that was a puzzle map. In the Code, though, they also have a section that is a parkour jumping for Minecraft, and a dropper section where you fall down and try to avoid hitting certain things.
I am almost out of cards.
I have one more card. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know how to win at this. So you try to fall and avoid running into crashing and dying. And when you make it to the end, there is a what is going on? What did she play? Oh, she played that. Right. Well, let's do this then.
Why do you call?
I've lost this game in a very unique way. So,
Land to the slaughter.
I mean, there's nothing I could do. Next turn, I'm gonna draw 5 damage. So I fell. That's a shame. I thought I might actually win that one. So we destroyed 6 of 40 minions, so we made at least progress there. That's good. So the parkour jumping, I'm not very good at, and I showed that. The dropper, I was terrible at, and actually couldn't even finish the section. Couldn't get halfway.
Gul'dan!
And there was a fighting section, which is alright. It's kind of hard to be terribly bad at fighting, but it is possible to be mediocrely bad at fighting in Minecraft. If the map you're using is throwing way too many creatures at you at a time, it is possible to get overwhelmed. So in the puzzle map, which I think I can do some puzzle maps, it showed me several other types of maps, the main other types, and reinforced that I can't do those. It would be really frustrating, and to me and to the viewers, who I'd be just mostly wasting their time. But I can do puzzle maps, and so I'm gonna try and keep eyes out for puzzle maps. Now there are other styles of maps and mod maps, and I've done some of them. I've barely looked at Skyblock. That's why I'm doing Skyblock and vanilla. I've looked at it a little bit with all the mods and everything customizable, then it's a little too much, and it lost me in a while. I have tried to do crash landing, but pretty quick in crash landing, I wanted just to go into creative mode and start building in crash landing, and it's kind of what I did. Or if I wasn't going in creative mode, I had automated so much stuff with the mods I might as well have been in creative mode, even if the individual elements were actually being mined and I wasn't just creating things out of nothing. I certainly wasn't doing the work, and that's kind of the problem with a lot of the mods, is that you get into this crazy system. Even with Sky Factory, it is kind of a silly system where you have to get lots of leaves and trade them all into that. Speaking of the trading in my Sky Factory Vanilla project, I have since learned, after making the command block trades, that I could have made a custom villager who would have done those trades, and it would have looked a lot cooler. But I'm not going to change it. Also, you could kill the villager. It'd be difficult to protect him from being maliciously murdered, and then all your trades are out the window. So there's some slight protection of doing it using command blocks. But I had not realized you could make custom trades. You can.
Job's done.
So I learned something new there. I took, last time I worked on my Minecraft server, I took a little bit of a break from working in Nether Fortress area, which is coming along and has made a lot of progress, but still needs a lot more work.
You win.
Great. One victory down. I don't know why they decided to play it like that, but I'll take it. We only need one more victory with the Warlock, and we've got 2 quests done, which is great news from me. Because actually, to tell you the truth, I'm a little short on time today, or actually a lot short on time. So I'm surprised I may only be able to record once today, and then I'll have to start recording more episodes tomorrow in my time.
Your soul
it won't
shall
affect
be
the release
mine.
date probably much, but it might affect what quests are visible. But yeah, so I took a break of working in the Nether Fortress and started working in my basement laboratory, which I always like to have on my server. Wherever the spawn area is, and I always put the spawn area at 0080, or 080, which just means right in the middle of the map is where you spawn, which makes sense.
Why do you call?
Well, so that the middle of the map is at least a decent place to start and branch out. So I'm cleared out a lot of blocks underneath where the regular players spawn, and now I'm trying to create a cool looking system of,
As you command.
let's see, what is this? All other Murlocs have +1 attack.
As you command.
Job done.
Where some kind of custom system where stairs will open up for me and I can walk down, but other players can't. Now, to do that, you're almost certainly going to be using the a command block command of testing specifically for my username and activating it, but I wanted the rest of it to be a pretty natural development of the stairs appearing, we have now the slime blocks with their work with sticky pistons, so you can push and pull a lot more things. So in theory, I couldn't figure out how to actually do it, but in theory, I could make a pattern where all of the floor of the spawn area comes down and spreads apart like it's a giant door, hangar door that opens. And that was one of my ideas, but I couldn't figure a way to make it all work and look nice. Same is kind of true. I was trying to. My next effort was to have just a few blocks in each corner get pulled down and away and reveal the staircase, and I should be able to do that. I'm gonna have to go look up some tutorials though on the like a hidden staircase thing, because I just don't have off the top of my head the knowledge how to do it. I've seen people do it, I know it can be done, but doesn't mean I know it. I was thinking maybe of pushing like an entire elevator up, and then you get on the elevator, hit a button, and then it pushes down. Now you can theoretically do that if you make if you just happen to make everything small enough.
So
you can have a flying machine, basically. Come about and fly you up and fly you down, and as long as it doesn't run into anything that it can't push, it will be fine.
The gates are open.
I don't know how to build them. It's the same issue every time, isn't it? It's just I don't know. Let's put
Job's done.
So I want a cool entrance, something.
Get behind me.
That will allow me to go down. And then I did some other designs I had seen in my laboratory, which it needs to be made a lot bigger already. I can tell it's gonna basically needs to be at least 9 chunks, if you know how big a chunk is. The chunk is like 16 blocks or by 16, I think, maybe. Yeah, I guess that's a chunk. I don't know. It needs to be a lot bigger than it is.
So many possibilities.
You to master.
I am master of magic.
Because I need a lot of places and all this square footage to work, a lot of square footage to leave big old projects. Also, it needs lighting. Lighting was always a problem in my last laboratory, of just how are we gonna keep it lit up so creatures aren't spawning.
The frost wolves stand
in the
ready.
air and all of that.
You win.
Interesting. I'm playing on a Monday. I don't think there's anything too special about everything done, except for the number of minions. And we're halfway through on the minions. So this is good news for us. That's like game 3, that was. So we have 2 more games to kill 20 minions, and that's it. This is very strange. I'm liking getting victories. This is a cool thing. I think South by Southwest is going on right now.
versus
So
Jaina.
maybe there's a bunch of good
You asked
Hearthstone
for it.
players at the
Your soul
South by
shall be
Southwest
mine.
convention instead of playing Hearthstone, which that could be it. Yep. Let's see. Get rid of those two. Well, that paid off. It was a gamble, but it paid off. So our only goal is to kill 20 minions. So the two designs that I did was just chests that light up a light bulb when they're full. I don't think I'll really use that design because I think in this laboratory I'm not going to try to have a like huge inventory of items. I play still almost 100%. There's no point in having a large amount of space for a sorting system or anything like that. It never really benefited me and was just for show, really. So I may not put hoppers at the bottom. There's a good possibility.
Why do you call?
Or if I do put the hoppers
Job's done.
at the very bottom, they're gonna just pick up stuff I drop and throw it away immediately. Just to allow stuff to despawn. I may actually just light the floor up with either redstone lanterns or glowstone. Probably glowstone because it would take up. If it was a redstone lantern without doing some trickery, it would need to
Job's done.
have electricity going to it, which would take 2 blocks high for the floor. Whereas if I just do glowstone, it will be only 1 block high. Or I could do jack-o'-lanterns, same thing. Well, they need to bring some weapon out, some minions out if I'm supposed to.
Job's done.
Maybe this will be one of those games where I get a large advantage and I can just sit here and kill everything they summon. That might work. So what's the plan? That's pretty much all I've been doing. I'm still learning a lot about when I can schedule what and where and when I want to schedule it. I've found there are several podcasts I actually do want to listen to weekly. And so if I'm ever going to listen to them, that's going to be the time when I'm playing Minecraft and not recording, or playing some game and not recording, and I don't really have any
I'll get right on.
any other games that I need to play when
Handle
I'm
it!
not recording. Except for maybe this if I was just gonna grind, but then if I'm gonna grind this, I have to also
As you command.
I have to do it in a certain way where no quests are open, otherwise I'll get the quest done in a couple episodes.
Job's done.
So I could play offline on this, it's just then I'd get the quest done. And then there's less and less episodes, and I can't afford to make no episodes at all. Well, that worked fine. No, it didn't. So it pretty much leans right back to playing Minecraft or doing nothing. I have been doing a lot of work. Still working on the relaunch. It should all be out by the time you see this episode, but it's just a lot of work. Working with other people, which arguably I don't do that well,
Necessary?
but also arguably that when working with other people, you have to work with other people's schedules, and that is always a pain.
As you command.
So, still trying to make art, still trying to make an outro. There's some things on YouTube that are coming out from what I see that I don't have access to, which is going to limit some of the things I can do that I would like to do, but that I guess will be a constant issue with YouTube, is that they will always have like beta things for their most popular channels that I can't do, and I see it all the time. I see other channels do things, and I'm like, how are they doing that? And then I look at it, and I'm like, there's no way that they're cheating. They have some features that I just don't have. It's not like they're making it seem like it's a part of YouTube when it really isn't. It's literally, they just have it.
For the Alliance!
I wish this guy would actually summon some minions that I could destroy. So yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that this is, with the relaunch, there is a major increase in views and such of my channel. I'm hoping that is the case. On the good note, which we really haven't been on the bad note so far, I have now officially earned over $1, just slightly, in ad revenue of my about 2 months since I started monetization at the beginning of the year of 2015. It's been about 2 months. I've officially made $1, which doesn't sound as great as it actually is. It shows I've seen a major increase in views everywhere, and it's an exponential thing, the growth. Now, I haven't seen enough growth of subscribers, but everything else is going up, and I imagine it's gonna keep going up and up and up.
Handle it!
The scourge will consume
Handle
you!
it! For Master!
Deal 1 damage to a minion. If it dies, draw a card. Alright.
Job's done.
So we're just trying to kill guys left and right. I've lost count, so I don't know how many minions we've really destroyed. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot. But getting to $1 in itself is not the point. The danger is that at some point it plateaus. You absolutely will plateau at some point. It won't just infinitely grow. There's an infinite money in the world. So the danger in it, the part is that it will plateau at, even if it plateaued at $1 a day. Heck, even if it plateaued at
Well played.
$2 a day, 10 times 30. That's not enough income to have. We only destroyed 2 minions. Interesting. So $100 a day times 30 would be what?
Gul'dan
$3,000
versus
a month.
Thrall.
That would be
Doomhammer.
a
Your soul
Quite-
shall be mine.
comfortable living if it plateaued there and stayed. But $10 a day is only $300 a month, and that is a starved to death amount of income. Honestly, making about $2,000 a month would be my goal. I don't want to get super greedy.
I'll get right on.
So yes, I am kind of greedy, as everybody is slightly. Just for like security, financial security is a thing I struggle with. Well, it's not the insecurity of it. It's a thing that's just always worries me in the back of my head. Now, pushing such plus, if 1 month somehow I get $10,000 worth of income, you have to put all of that in a safe place and save it, because you can't believe that you're gonna always, for the rest of your life, just make ad revenue. That's not possible. You gotta swirl that away and not do silly things like spend it all on
Handle it.
like silly things like cars or gadgets or games even. I would definitely want to have a measured approach to buying. Well, unless we get this done, this may be actually the last recording I make today. I think I might have to
I am master of magic.
record the rest of these episodes tomorrow in my time. Like I said, I was very short on today. Just poor scheduling. Problems. So this is game 5, if I recall correctly. Let's see.
Lead you to master.
Vaporization commencing.
I did find out that, well, I didn't hear this firsthand, so this may be wrong. But I heard, rumor, I guess is the best I could say, that Google does take 5% of any money that is donated on the fan funding. Now that doesn't really upset me that much. They're doing all the transactions. Everybody's gonna take a percentage. It's unfair and unreal, and silly that things are taking percentages, but whatever. Everybody gets away with it, so why not one more?
For
Google
master.
as a so all that really means is donate as much as you can, and if you want to make sure I get like $1, put $1.05 in it if you want to support me and make sure I get the full dollar. Otherwise, just give $1 and percentages will be percentages. It's not that big of a deal.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Haven't received any donations yet, but that's not really surprising. I have done a lot of work, and I feel like the effort I've made is worthy of being donated to. I don't think I've done a bad job on my channel or anything, although I have certainly made some mistakes. And could have done things better at the beginning, but it's all but it's understandable. People don't have money. Okay, so that's it for probably today's recording. Maybe I'll be able much later tonight to record another episode and get the last 11 minions destroyed, and that'll be our next episode. Doubtful we'll have a third episode. So that's the end of this episode though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of the videos. If you want to support me through the fan funding, click on my name Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. It really will. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.